So today we are going to discuss reduction reactions. Reduction. So now we can define the reductions in three different ways. First, in terms of electrons, in terms of oxygen. So another in terms of hydrogen. Okay. So in terms of electron, that is addition of electrons. Addition of electrons or gain of electron. Gain of electrons, so we call it as reduction. Another is in terms of oxygen, that is the removal of oxygen is called reduction. In terms of hydrogen, that is addition of hydrogen, we call it as a reduction reactions. Now what are the compounds will undergo reduction reactions? What kind of compounds? What kind of compounds will undergo reduction? So we already stated that reduction is an addition of electrons or a gain of electron. Now the compound should lack of electron deficient, so that an electron deficient compound will likely to undergo reduction. In terms of oxygen, an electron or oxygen rich compound will undergo reduction, or hydrogen deficient compound will likely to undergo reduction. So in case of electron deficient compound, acids, carboxylic acids, so they are electron deficient, so acids will undergo. So these are even it is in oxygen rich compounds. Another, we can take nitro compounds, electron rich compound. Electron hydrogen deficient compound is alkenes and alkynes will undergo the hydrogen addition reaction. So that is, we call it as reduction in terms of hydrogen. Now we have stated that, so these are the compounds will actually undergo reduction reactions. So those compounds will actually lack of electrons or oxygen rich compound or lack of hydrogen. Now which type of reagents will carry out the reactions? The nature, type of reagent will carry out reduction. So what type of reagent? So here, so this has to be add the electrons in order to undergo the reduction. So therefore a reagent in order to carry out the reaction, that should be an electron rich or oxygen deficient or hydrogen rich compound. Say for example, tin chloride. So tin chloride is +2 electron rich. Borohydride, they are hydrogen. Lithium aluminum hydride, they don't have an electron, so oxygen, they are hydrogen rich. Or hydrogen palladium, hydrogen platinum, so these are electron rich or hydrogen rich or oxygen deficient compounds will carry out the reduction reaction. Now once these compounds, the electron rich compound will carry out reduction reactions. So any electron rich compounds we already called as a reducing agent. So the reducing agent, so an electron rich species which carries a negative charge, we call it as nucleophile. So in that sense we can call it as a nucleophile, but it is not an exactly nucleophile, but make it too simplify the things. Now this is an electron rich will act as a reducing agent. Once it undergoes reduction, it gives electron. Now this will undergo this is lack of electron, that is it removes electron. So therefore reducing agent itself undergoes oxidation. So therefore the reducing agent is also called as oxidant. So this is a brief introductory part of the reduction reactions. Now we will take up the reducing agent step by step. The first reducing agent is actually lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride. So in short form it's called as LaH. The molecular formula of this lithium aluminum hydride. So this is the molecular formula of the LaH. Now this is a vigorous, highly reactive, and highly reactive towards water. So that is, water cannot be used in this reaction. So only polar, not non-polar, aprotic solvents can be used, such as ether can be used, and this reaction should be carried out the low temperature, that is minus 78 degrees Celsius, or sometimes 0 degrees Celsius we can carry out this reaction. So because of the high reactivity of lithium aluminum hydride, so it reduces almost all the functional group, reduces aldehyde, ketones, esters, nitriles, amides, epoxides, carboxylic acids. So it will nitro compounds. So it will reduce almost all the functional groups. So there is no selectivity in the functional group, chemical functional group. So therefore it will, this is actually due to the high reactivity of the lithium aluminum hydride that actually makes to reduce almost all the functional group. And now we will take an examples, that is the reduction of aldehydes. First case, reduction of aldehyde. So the aldehyde in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, aldehyde reduces to alcohol. So lithium aluminum hydride we are using, and ether is a solvent, diethyl ether, minus 78 degrees Celsius. So it will become OH. So it is equivalent to R CH2OH. So in other words, R CHO goes to R CH2OH. So in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, so aldehyde converts into alcohol. So here the carbonyl group has only one hydrogen. This C has only one hydrogen. Now the hydride actually transfers one of the lithium aluminum hydride actually transfers one of the hydride to become CH2. So this O becomes OH. So it's a one hydride donor. So each molecule requires only one hydride, one H minus. So there are 4 H minus lithium aluminum hydride. So there are 4 H minus. So therefore it will reduces 4 molecules. For H, we have lithium H. This is plus, this is minus, Al is minus. So now one of the hydrate, this is electron deficient. Now this is an electron rich. Now this carbon is electron deficient. As already stated, reduction is the addition of hydrogen. H will be added along with the electron. The electron deficient, and this is electron rich, so therefore this will adds to here. Now this hydride will adds to here, so this is H minus shift. Once it shifts, the pi bond breaks down and the pi electron goes to oxygen. Once oxygen creates a negative charge, now this oxygen attached to aluminum. So because the H minus along with this electron, H will be shifted to here, so therefore it will become neutral. So therefore this minus will attack on the aluminum. Aluminum is tripositive. So we will get our H, 1H will be transferred. We have oxygen connected to aluminum. We have 3H. Okay. Now this aluminum has a minus charge. Now this is lithium. So the negative charge is replaced with oxygen. Now another. So one of the H will be replaced with this group. So we have 3. So we can take 3 or CHO will be replaced. So you can write like this. This is 4 times aluminum. Now this is, so all the H will be replaced with aldehyde group. Now this will undergo hydrolysis reaction. So it will act as a nucleophile. So the aluminum attacks. Now we will make it 3. This is R. So this group will detach from the molecules. So you will get R O aluminum. So here it is 3. So this group will be detached from the molecule, that substrate. O minus, we have OH2 plus. Now this minus will take up the H, neutralize the positive charge. So you will get R OH. So this is equivalent to R CH2 OH. Now the remaining molecules will also undergo hydrolysis reaction. So we have R O. Sorry, this is 3 times here. This is 3 times aluminum. This is 3 times, so OH. So one of the alkoxy group is diverted into alcohol. We have remaining 3. So finally all the 3 water molecules will remove this alkoxy intermediate. So we will get AlOH4 4 times lithium. Okay, so this is the mechanism of the reduction reactions of aldehyde. I can take an example. CHO, so lithium aluminum hydride. So diethyl ether, 78 degrees Celsius. So we will get, so 1 2 3 4. We have to count down. 4 carbons is already there. This is 5th. 1 2 3 4. Now this group converted into CHO group converted into CH2OH. Now this is 5th OH, CH2OH. So another reaction is with ketones. Now the reactions with ketones. So this is also same. Now the ketone will convert it into secondary alcohol. So that is primary alcohol. So this is secondary alcohol. It will be converted into secondary alcohol with lithium aluminum hydride. So the reaction mechanism of, we have R double bond O R dash. So we have lithium aluminum hydride. Now this H minus will shift out here. It will get negative charge. This will attack on aluminum. We will get R. H will be transferred. R dash O aluminum H H H. Now again 3 molecules will be replaced. the same thing, and after carry out hydrolysis we will get R dash H OH. So along with 3 molecules of R dash. So this is a secondary alcohol. Now reduction reactions with carboxylic acid. So RCOOH will be reduced with lithium aluminum hydride. The condition is same, so I will not be writing every time this condition, so it will be CH2OH, primary alcohol. Now the mechanism of this reaction, so this is an acid, so OH, it is an acid, so acids are proton donor, so it will donate a proton, CO minus, H plus. Now this H plus, lithium aluminum hydride, we have H minus, so aluminum hydride 4, so this H plus and H minus will react to give H2. What is remaining is aluminum hydride, trihydride, and RCOO minus. Now this aluminum hydride, now it will reduce us the carboxylic group, and this will attach to aluminum. You will get RO minus, so this is aluminum HH, so it will be transferred one OH. Now we need one more H here, RCH2OH we will get. Now this H will be shifted over here and it will breaks down this, so it will connect it to aluminum R, so it will be transferred to H O minus. So this RCH2O minus will take the H from water molecules, so we will get RCH2OH, carboxylic group. So this is the mechanism for a carboxylic acid. So next, production of nitriles by using lithium aluminum hydride. So here R C triple bond N will be converted into RCH2NH2, a primary amine with lithium aluminum hydride. Condition is same, 0 degrees Celsius. So depending upon the nature of the molecules and reactivity, it will goes. Now the mechanism of this reaction, RC triple bond N aluminum hydride. This hydride transferred to the electron deficient carbon, that is this carbon. So once it transfer, the hydride is transferred to this carbon, this one shifted to nitrogen, nitrogen gets more electron, so using that electron it connects to aluminum, so we will get RCH double bond N H. So we have this minus and lithium. Now in the next step, so this hydride again shift to carbon and this pi bond will shift out here, so we'll get RCH minus aluminum. So we need two hydride is transferred, now lithium plus. Now again we have to carry out the hydrolysis reaction, so it's a nucleophile. Now this will attack on aluminum, so once it attacks on the aluminum, this bond breaks up and gets here, so we'll get RCH2 N minus lithium plus the water molecule attacks this bond will not break. So because of the accumulation of the negative charge, we'll get aluminium H. So this is H. We have water molecule. So this is plus. The negative charge abstract H plus from the water molecule, neutralize the positive charge. So we'll get RCH2 NH Al H. Now again one more water molecule will attack on the aluminium, so this will breaks down. RCH2 NH minus plus aluminium H. So there is a OH already. Now this is H plus. So this negative charge abstract the proton, neutralize the positive charge. So we will get RCH2 NH2 plus OH twice lithium plus. So but I am not taken this H. So this two hydride also undergoes reduction reactions and transferred to another nitrile group. So the stoichiometry of the reaction is two molecules of RC triple bond N will reduce us with one molecules of lithium aluminum hydride. So we will get 2 RCH2 NH2. So this is with respect to nitriles. Now we will go with esters, reduction of esters. So in case of esters, we have R, O, R dash. So reduction with lithium aluminum hydride. So we will get ROH plus R dash OH. Sorry, this is directly OH. R dash OH. Now the esters will be converted into a primer. This is the one which is important because contains the carbonyl group. Will goes to a primary alcohol. Okay, so the reaction mechanism of this. So we have R double bond O R dash, the lithium aluminum hydride. So this hydride will transfer to electron deficient carbonyl group of the carbon. So this pi bond breaks down and accumulated onto the oxygen. So we'll get R O minus, this is lithium, this is minus O R dash. So there is an H. Now we have aluminum trihydride. This transfers again. Now one of the bond has to breaks down. So this group is bulky. So bulky is always break down. So we'll get R. So transfers H O minus lithium plus R dash O minus. Now this two will taken up by taking the proton from the water molecules. We will get R CH2OH R dash OH. So this is the product with respect to ester. Now in the case of amides, amide R UONH R dash. So the amide is converted into amine. CH2NH R dash with lithium aluminum hydride. The reaction is same. R CONH R dash aluminum hydride. The transfer of hydride to the carbonyl group, and this negative charge will attack on the aluminum. So we will get R O connected with aluminum, the 3H NH R dash. Now this hydride will again transfers here. So once it transfers, this bond gets broken up. So along with the aluminum moiety, it's broken up. We will get R. So it's already transferred one H. So here one more it is transferred. So it is 2 CH2 NH R dash. So we'll get Al H H O minus. Now this 2 will also reduces one more ester. So the stoichiometry is not ester, amides. So 2 molecules of amides will reduced with 1 lithium aluminum hydride. So it requires, to reduce completely amide, it requires 2 hydrates. So there are 4 hydrates. So 2 molecules of amide will be reduced to primary amides. Now the nitro compounds are CH2NO2 will be reduced in a similar fashion, reduces to NH2. Now another very important aspects of this lithium aluminum hydride is the reduction of epoxides. So it actually reduces from the less hindered side. It transfers the hydride in less hindered side. Transfer H minus through less hindered side. Say for example, so this is epoxide. We have a methyl group. Now we have a lithium aluminum hydride. Okay, it actually transfers the H minus. So either it can transfer H minus here or through here H minus, but because of the methyl group, so this side is more steric hindrance, so therefore H minus will be transferred. Here we will get, so aluminum hydride, because of the bulky nature of the aluminum hydride, transfers from the less hindered side. So this bond breaks down, we will get O minus. This is methyl. So we will get, so this O minus will become OH by treating with water molecule. So this is the product. So another one is this is a methyl group. So there is a methyl group here, or you can write this, you can write like this. So here we have the carbonyl group, and here we have 2 methyl groups, methyl. Okay, so we have rewritten the same molecules in a different fashion. So the lithium, this is in hindered side, so therefore the hydride minus will be transferred through, there are 2 ways. One is equatorial transfer or axial transfer. So if it is an equatorial, you will get, you can write it on this. So this is methyl. So if the H is here in this fashion, so this is equatorial transfer, you will get OH here plus methyl group. If it is OH is here, H is here, then it is axial transfer. Now in the case of equatorial, there is a steric hindrance, so therefore this is a this product will not be formed because of the steric hindrance. Only will get, the OH will be axial positions and hydrogen will be, the OH is equatorial positions and hydrogen will be axial positions. So this is the major product. So this is with respect to epoxides, so it will transfer the less hindered side. So we can, if you want, we can go for another example. This is methyl group. Okay, so this is example. This is methyl group. Okay, now we need to look. So this is lithium aluminum hydride. So whether the transfer of the hydrate will be, this is all this epoxide and the methyl group are in the same plane. So if it is in the same plane, the H minus will not be transferred. So because here the methyl group is below the plane, this is above the plane, so there is a, so this is more steric entrance, this is more, because of the steric entrance the steric crowd is effective, crowd is more, but here one is above the plane, another is below the plane, so therefore steric crowd is minimum compared to here, so therefore H minus will be transferred in this side, will be transferred, so we will get, so this is methyl group, this is methyl, the H will be transferred here, we will get OH here. So this is the product, OO, this is some group, so this is methyl, so this is the product. So this is the reduction of epoxides. Now another reducing agent that we have is sodium borohydride, and the sodium borohydride is less reactive compared to lithium aluminum hydride. So because of the less reactive, it will be chemoselective, so it will act as a chemoselective in the reduction reaction, and it's especially sodium borohydride is actually ideal reducing agent for ketones and aldehydes. It is an ideal reducing agent for ketones and aldehydes. So it's ideal reducing agent only in the presence of other functional group. It reduces only ketones and aldehydes. CHO, sodium borohydride. So it is a less reactions with the water or any protic solvent. So therefore it will be carried out in ethanol or in dichloromethane, any protic polar solvent. So therefore you will get OH. So aldehyde converts to primary alcohol. If it is a ketone, secondary alcohol. Sodium borohydride will get R dash OH, the secondary alcohol. Now the reaction mechanism of this are R dash. So borohydride, it contains 4H minus sodium plus. The hydride will transfer to the electron deficient carbonyl group, and this O minus and attacks on the boron. Boron is electron deficient, so we'll get R H O BH3. Okay, this is R dash. Now the water molecules attacks on the boron, so this O minus will eliminate, so we'll get R CH2, sorry, this is CH R dash O minus sodium, okay, sodium plus. Now with the water molecules, so it will take, now this is H2O will attack on BH3, this minus will take the H plus from the water which is attached to the boron, so therefore we will get R CH OH R dash. The important applications of sodium borohydride is actually differentiate the non-conjugated ketones with conjugated ketones. So say for example, there is two, one is conjugated ketones, this is non-conjugated. The sodium borohydride, the reactivity of sodium borohydride with respect to the non-conjugated ketone is more, so therefore the non-conjugated ketones will reduce rapidly, so you will get, so this is unaffected, this will get OH. Now another possibility with the sodium borohydride is along with sodium borohydride, if you use cerium chloride as a echo coordinations as a catalyst along with cerium chloride. So now the conjugated ketones, the reactivity of conjugated ketones will be enhanced compared to the non-conjugate. So it will actually selectively reduces conjugated ketones. So now sodium borohydride with cerium chloride, so you will get, so the unconjugated will not undergo reduction, so only the conjugated ketones. And this reaction, this reagent we call it as Lucci reducing agent, and this reduction we call it as Lucci reduction. The main important applications of this, it actually reduces ketones only. Sodium borohydride with sodium borohydride plus cerium chloride only reduces ketones in the presence of aldehyde ester. So say for example, we have ketone CHO COOR dash. So we are using sodium borohydride, cerium chloride. Now this aldehyde is unaffected, ester is unaffected, only this will reduce us OH. So this is CHO 1 2 3 1 2 OR dash. So this is Lucci's reductions along with the sodium borohydride, and sodium borohydride is chemoselective. It only selectively reduces ketones and aldehydes. Other functional group will be unaffected. So say for example, COOET, this is ketone, sodium borohydride. So this only reduces, ester will not be reduces. So we will get OH, OET. So this is the applications of the sodium borohydride. It doesn't reduces any nitrile epoxides or nitro group amides, lactams, acids. Doesn't reduces anything. Only it is selectively reduces ketones and aldehydes.